Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. India and US agree for comprehensive review of cross-cutting foreign policy, defence and bilateral security issues. Delhi police urges people not to be swayed by rumours amidst protests over Citizenship Amendment Act. Government orders import of additional stock of onions from Turkey. All arrangements in place for the final phase of assembly elections in Jharkhand tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says all citizens need to imbibe Gandhian thought and vision in their lives. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar today said that the second India-US 2+2 meeting undertook a comprehensive review of cross-cutting foreign policy and defence and security issues in bilateral relationship between the two countries. He informed that some discussion also took place on the vision for building up a comprehensive, enduring and mutually beneficial defence partnership, and India welcomed US as a founding member of the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure CDRI. He said that a joint statement on the second India-US 2+2 meeting will be released later. On rescheduling of meetings with Bangladesh ministers, the MEA spokesperson said that much should not be read into the matter. He said Bangladesh has always helped India in whatever lists sent about illegal immigrants. On Pakistan, Mr. Ravish Kumar said they should look inward, not meddle into affairs of other countries.
The statement made by the Pakistani foreign minister on the protests, repeatedly we have been telling them, not only the statements by the foreign minister but also by the Prime Minister of Pakistan, that they should look inward, not try to meddle into what is happening in a neighboring country. They should, and as we have repeatedly said, that they should start behaving like normal neighbor.
The Delhi police has clarified that Section 144 is only imposed in some small parts of Delhi and not in the entire area of the national capital. Delhi police spokesman told media that Section 144 has been imposed in the Northeast District, Red Fort and some parts of city. Entry and exit gates of most of the metro stations in Delhi, which were closed due to the protest against the amended Citizenship Act, have now been opened. However, entry and exit gates of Jamia Millia Islamia, Jasola Bihar and Shaheen Bagh are still closed and trains will not be halting at these stations. BJP Working President JP Nadda today asserted that the Citizenship Amendment Act will be implemented. Mr. Nadda told this to reporters in New Delhi after meeting Sikh refugees from Afghanistan who under the amended act will become Indian citizens. He also criticized the opposition for protesting against the new legislation. He accused the opposition parties of protesting for vote bank politics while ignoring the plight of minorities of 3 neighbouring countries living in India. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath today alleged that the opposition parties are inciting violence in the name of protests in state and misguiding people about the Citizenship Amendment Act. He said that his government will not tolerate the violence at any cost and stern action will be taken against those who were involved in arson and stone pelting during protests today. In Karnataka, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has appealed to all the political leaders and members of the public to maintain calm on the Citizenship Amendment Act. He has said that the Act is a constitutional provision and every state is bound by it. In Chandigarh, people gathered against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Meanwhile, police dispersed them without using any force after a peaceful protest. The government has contracted an additional 12,500 metric tons of onions from Turkey. The latest contract of onions will begin arriving in India from mid-January onwards. The MMTC has taken this decision following the direction of the Price Stabilization Fund Management Committee of the Department of Consumer Affairs. With this additional 12,500 metric tons, the total contracted onions so far for imports have gone up to 42,500 metric tons. A bulk of the contracted onions to the tune of approximately 12,000 metric tons will arrive in India before the 31st of this month, which will then be supplied to various states in line with their respective demands. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today held her sixth pre-budget consultation with the leading industrialists in New Delhi today in connection with the forthcoming General Budget 2020-21. During an interactive session, prominent industrialists spoke about improving regulatory environment to safeguard investments through ease of doing business, increasing export competitiveness, reviving private investment, and kick-starting growth of economy. The industrialists suggested many ways to boost the rural economy, especially ways to increase consumption. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has stressed the need to make zero hour more effective in the state assemblies so that members could get time to raise issues of public importance and a follow-up action could be taken on them. He was addressing the concluding session of the Presiding Officers Conference in Dehradun today. He underlined the need to frame a common code of conduct in consultation with all political parties in the respective houses to deal with obstructions so that the proceedings could be carried out in a smooth manner.
विधान सभा, लोक सभा शासन प्रशासन में पारदर्शिता लाने का काम करती है। जिस राज्य में, जिस देश में विधान सभाएं, लोक सभाएं ज्यादा चलेगी, वहां के शासन में भी और प्रशासन में भी पारदर्शिता भी आएगी और जवाबदेही भी आएगी। इसके लिए भी हम सब मिलकर सामूहिक रूप से प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
In Uttar Pradesh, Legislative Council or the Upper House was adjourned sine die after the passage of state's second supplementary budget of 2019-20 financial year today. The supplementary budget for rupees over 4,210 crore was tabled in the House on Tuesday. The House passed the supplementary budget and 6 other bills, including UP Education Service Selection Commission 2019 bill, amid din and pandemonium by opposition on the issue of CAA, NRC and law and order issue. The Legislative Assembly was also adjourned this forenoon after completing its business scheduled for today. The government today said that more than 1 crore youth are being imparted skill training annually under National Skill Development Mission. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Ministry said the total number of industrial training centers increased by 12% from more than 11,000 in 2014 to more than 14,000 in 2018-19. The ministry said it aims to scale on a large scale with speed and high standards in order to achieve its vision of a skilled India. The ministry said under the program about 87 lakhs youth have been trained till date. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Jharkhand, the state is set for the 5th and final phase of assembly elections tomorrow. 16 constituencies spread over Sahibganj, Pakur, Dumka, Jamtara, Deoghar and Godda districts of Santhal Pargana region will go to polls in this phase. Polling in 5 Naxal-infested assembly segments of Borio, Barhat, Littipada, Maheshpur and Shikaripada will be held between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. In remaining 11 seats, voting will continue till 5 p.m. Jharkhand Chief Electoral Officer Vinay Kumar Chaubey said 236 candidates including 29 women are in the fray and 40,05,287 electorates will exercise their right of franchise.
जहाँ तक हमारे मतदान कर्मियों की और मतदाताओं की सुरक्षा का प्रश्न है, इस चरण में भी हम लोग ने सारी व्यवस्था कर रखी है कि हमारे मतदान कर्मी सकुशल मतदान केंद्र तक पहुंचे और उसके बाद वापस मतदान कराकर बजरी तक सकुशल वापस आ जाए। तो इसके लिए हम लोगों ने सुरक्षा के दृष्टिकोण से 8 मतदान केंद्रों को रिलोकेट किया है। साथ ही साथ हम लोग 28 मतदान केंद्रों में लोगों को हेलीकॉप्टर के माध्यम से उनके मतदान केंद्रों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं, हेलीटॉपिंग करा रहे हैं उनकी।
AIR correspondent reports that tight security arrangements have been made for a trouble-free polling.
Jawans of Central Paramilitary Forces have been deployed at all booths to ensure trouble-free elections. Over 41,000 armed security forces of state government have also been deployed. In Naxal-infested areas, 396 booths are hypersensitive and 208 are sensitive. Flag marches were being carried out in sensitive areas to instill confidence among electorate. Helicopters are pressed into service for air patrolling. Borders with Bihar and West Bengal have been sealed to check infiltration of anti-social elements. With KK Lal's report from Ranchi, Anita Anand for AIR News.
President Ramnath Kovind has said there is a global reverence for Mahatma Gandhi as the world is realizing that his vision of peace, equality and non-violence are more relevant today. He said Gandhi can show the world the way forward on the issue of strife and climate catastrophe being faced by it. The President said this while presiding over the second meeting of the National Committee for Commemoration of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. In his address, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said all citizens need to imbibe the Gandhian thought and vision in their lives and take it ahead in the times to come. He said that the world today is eager to know Gandhi and ready to accept him, and it becomes India's responsibility to keep reminding the world of the abiding relevance of Mahatma and his vision. Mr. Modi also thanked the Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa for taking the time through the year to be personally engaged with the commemorative activities both in India as well as in Portugal. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today said that central government health scheme CGHS services will be extended to 100 cities. Inaugurating the new CGHS Wellness Centre at Vikaspuri in New Delhi, he said, at present the scheme is operational across 72 cities, all through 329 allopathic wellness centres and 86 Ayush centres. It serves over 35 lakh beneficiaries, out of which around 17 lakh beneficiaries belong to Delhi and NCR. Cold wave has further intensified in northern India. The Met Office said due to persistence of low clouds over northern parts of the country, the prevailing cold wave condition is likely to continue over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Bihar during next 2 days. In Himachal Pradesh, upper reaches of Lahaul Spiti received fresh light snowfall, intensifying the severe cold wave conditions in parts of the hilly state. However, the sky in most parts of the state remained overcast. The maximum temperature in the state decreased by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius during the last 24 hours. Delhi woke up to a foggy morning today. Apart from the dense fog, people could feel the chill returning back after a day of partial sunshine in the city yesterday. Enforcement Directorate ED has seized assets worth over 2 crore rupees in a bank fraud case. In a statement, the ED said it has initiated the investigation under the Prevention of Money Laundering against the officials of Syndicate Bank and private persons. During the investigation, it revealed that during 2011 to 2016, mastermind of the fraud in collusion with the bank officials defrauded the bank through adopting different modus operandi. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral Karambir Singh, on the beginning of his 4-day visit to Sri Lanka today, paid a visit to Sri Lankan Naval Headquarters and met his Sri Lankan counterpart, Vice Admiral P.L. De Silva. Both sides held discussions on several matters of bilateral importance for the militaries of both the countries. The two sides also discussed cooperation for ensuring safety and security in the Indian Ocean region and tackling of drug trade and piracy issues. Admiral Karambir Singh will call on Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Mahida Rajapaksa and senior officials of the defence establishment. Russian President Vladimir Putin today said the impeachment of Donald Trump was based on made-up grounds and he does not believe it marked the end of the U.S. president. Putin's remark came after the House of Representatives in U.S. voted to impeach Trump for abuse of power. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India and US agree for comprehensive review of cross-cutting foreign policy, defence and bilateral security issues. Delhi police urges people not to be swayed by rumours amidst protests over Citizenship Amendment Act. Government orders import of additional stock of 12,500 metric tons of onions from Turkey. All arrangements in place for the final phase of assembly elections in Jharkhand tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says all citizens need to imbibe Gandhian thought and vision in their lives. CGHS fecility will now be extended to 100 cities from the present 72, says Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan. And with that, we end the news at 9. Good night.